Well, we made it to the fishing grounds. My goal on this trip, solely for the fishing aspect of this trip, is to catch one on my spey rod. And if those of you out there don't know what a spey rod is, it's a form of fly fishing for steelhead and salmon that is actually probably, without a doubt, one of the hardest ways to catch them. You need the perfect kind of run, you need the perfect kind of depth, you gotta have the right fly, you gotta have the right water speed. Everything that goes into it demands that the setup be correct. And that the fish be the right kind of fish, a very aggressive, you know, wily fish that wants to chase down your fly and eat it. So it makes it such an accomplishment when you finally get one on this. And I have not had the chance this year to go out by myself without anybody else on the boat and spend the time to try to catch one on my fly rod. So I'm excited to bring you guys along for this adventure today. My fishy friends, we've made it. Let's go have ourselves an amazing adventure. Right there, he's gonna hit it. I can feel it, dude. It's right there. Right there. Well, hole number one, no fish. But that's okay. It swung really nice. Had a really nice, just slow, dirty swing through the tail out there. I gave it my best, and we're on a really long section of the river here today, and I'm fishing it all by myself. So obviously we're camping, as you saw in the beginning of the video. I have some really awesome menu plans on the docket for tonight, and I cannot wait. We're gonna be camping with my buddy Coulter again tonight, and enjoying this beautiful place, the river. But hole number one's a bust. On to the next one. Well, I had to take a little break from fishing and from rowing. This is a very technical river, and we have a huge waterfall that we have to go over this afternoon. I don't know if I'm going to go over it or rope around it. I haven't really decided yet. We'll see what it looks like with the water levels the way they are. But this beautiful waterfall on the side of the river definitely is deserving of a little exploration. Look at this thing. Looks like there's a really cool little pool at the top of it. Trying to get a little bit closer look. Wow. So cool. How cool. I love these little adventures like this. It's all too often I float by all this kind of stuff and don't get a chance to check it out. But this is really cool. What do you think? Should we go up and look inside this little pool? I want to know if it's a little bathtub or not. Here we go. Yep, can't get up the wall. Time to get back on the water. What a cool day. I love getting to spend these rainy days when you normally would just be sitting at home, being bored, not doing anything cool. Get to come out and enjoy Mother Nature. Oh, and fall off cliffs. That could have been a lot worse. Oh, all right, let's make it back to the boat. Well, we're leaving that hole defeated. I'm starting to get hungry though. I can't stop thinking about tonight's meal. Throw a little hint out there. It's elk and cougar. And it's gonna be delicious. I got a really cool recipe coming up here. So fingers crossed. We still have plenty of time to hook a fish. We got a few more hours of daylight. I think I can do it. Oh, that's just hanging out there so nicely. You can see that nice bend in my line. All the fish is seeing is my flies is coming down in front of it. It's just the most juicy tail out I've ever seen. Wow. That is a good swing, everybody. That is a good swing. I'm really getting her in there. Oh, I got the tree. Crud. Not the tree. Ooh, that was a good cast. Right up in there. That's where he's gonna bite it. It's gonna be right there. Should be, could be, would be. Eat it. Eat it. He didn't eat it. He did not eat it, everybody. The fish was not hungry. I don't know if there's one over there, but geez, there sure should be. Darn it. Treat again. Dude, when I get hit on this, it's gonna go whoa, 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 whoa. Fly out of the water. I'm gonna go, ah! Little's gonna go, bat, 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 bat. And then it's gonna spat the hook mid-air. Break all of our hearts. Okay, everybody. It's time to use a float. I'm switching back to the gear. I cannot leave this hole without a fish. We do have a lot of water to cover, and we're getting very close to the big rapid. So that's gonna take a little scouting. That's gonna eat up a lot of time. We didn't even bring lunch today because I knew we were gonna be so far behind. Plus, we stopped and got a burger on the way, naturally. Well, the time has come to run the death trap. Like I said, I don't know if I'm gonna run this today. This is a very, very big class 4 rapid. Awfully spooky. It's late in the evening. I don't know how wet I wanna be. There might be a little bit safer way of getting around this than actually running it in the boat, but it'll all depend on what this thing looks like here at the bottom. Let's see. Oh, it ain't that bad. Not too bad at all. I think I got this. Throw my life jacket on, make sure I'm safe. And everything looks pretty kosher here. I think we'll do it. Okay, getting set up here, everybody. This is gonna be gnarly. I think we got it. It's a pretty clean line. I got Alex down there running safety. Everything's strapped in. Everything's good to go. Let's do this. Look at it from down below. That's a big rapid, everybody. Woo! Yeah! High five, world. That is what life's all about. I talked about whitewater in some of my previous episodes, but I've been a fishing guide for the last 10 years. And so I've tried to incorporate that sort of whitewater mentality, that excitement, that heart-pounding excitement that you get from running rapids like that, and just so happens to just take the rods with me. That is what it's all about right there. You want to feel alive? That's what it's all about. Well, if there was ever a place and a time to hook a steelhead, this is one of them. Look at how incredible this is. I feel so lucky to be here right now. Please, please hook a fish. Well, so far it is official day. We're floating down the river in the most beautiful setting of any place you've ever been in your life. Just flew the drone up in the air. We're gonna follow us down for a little bit here, let you guys kind of soak in the beauty that's around us. Well, we finally made it back to camp. No fish today, but that's okay. We have more adventures planned for tomorrow. I have a couple things on the docket, and I want to hear your guys' opinion on it so that we know for future videos. We're thinking about either going shed hunting or maybe fishing a little bit more. So let's see some comments below on what you guys would rather see in like a future video if we were out here doing this. Whether you'd rather see some fishing or shed hunting or hiking or more waterfalls or whatever it is. But one thing's for sure, it's time to cook. Let's get in there and get dinner ready. Well, here it is, everybody, the much anticipated dinner. We're doing filet mignon, elk steak, some cougar back straps, and some veggies over the fire. It's gonna be amazing. So we have this beautiful cut of elk from last elk season, had it frozen. I left this thing whole like this so that it doesn't freeze or burn too bad, and it makes it nice so you can cut those fresh steaks right before you eat it. So I'm gonna bacon wrap these bad boys too. So I'm gonna cut them up at about, let's see just how long that is. Just like that. Look at how beautiful those steaks are. Look at the color of that meat. You can just tell how tender it is by the way it is. So I'm actually using pepper bacon for this. It's going to add a nice little flavor. We're going to get some smoke from the fire while it cooks over that open flame. And then I'm going to add some cowboy seasoning over here because we're all cowboys out here. We were cowboys today, riding them rapids, going big. Next, we're going to chop up some bacon to go with our veggies. We're going to season our steaks here. This is important. I'm going to do a little bit of avocado oil on them. It's going to add a nice little flavor. Allow that stuff to cook in there. I'm going to do a little bit of the homemade garlic seasoning. Oh god, that looks amazing. A little bit of cowboy rub. You got to pat your meat. You don't want to beat your meat, just pat it. We're ready to go there. So I'm going to set these aside. I'm going to get my veggies going. Got some rosemary, got some shallots, got some beautiful little baby reds, and some little mini Yukons. I'm going to smash these. I'm just going to take and dice these up just a little bit. I was like, that's going to take too long. I got a little bit of a mushroom, onion, green bean medley. I'll throw that right in there. A little more avocado oil. Just kidding. Maybe. Nope. Guess that's gonna have to do. A little more cowboy. A little more garlic. And we're ready to go. And last but not least, a very special asparagus recipe. I'm going to do these over the fire too. I got white asparagus here. And these are basically just like, I don't know if it's a whole nother like strain of asparagus or if it's just kind of an immature one, but they're delicious and very tender. So I'm going with these today. And if you're sitting down, please stand up because there's no way you're going to stay sitting down. We got the Go Scream hot sauce. That's what we're putting on the asparagus. Oh god. This is satisfying, isn't it? Very satisfying. Play with this stuff. And my goodness, I almost forgot the cougar back straps. And look at this meat, you guys. It almost like cougar always resembles pork to me in a way. We soaked this in Yoshida's. It's been marinating all day, but you can see that light color and just a beautiful meat. A lot of people wouldn't think you could actually eat those things, but they are delicious. One of my very, very favorite meals. A very rare meal to have, honestly. Super, super special day. Okay, taste test on the cougar. Came out very nicely. That's so good. That Yoshida's adds a really nice sweet flavor to that. And it's already kind of a sweet meat. It's a very light colored meat. And again, it kind of resembles pork to me, so it's a really neat kind of Asian dish for this. Meow. That is so good. Let's check our potatoes. Oh, those are looking lovely. I want to get my potatoes done first, and then I'm going to throw my steaks on, because the steaks are only going to probably take, I don't know, 5 to 7 minutes. About 3 minutes on each side. Should do the trick over the fire. It's going to give a nice smoky flavor. Those are about done. Alright everyone, I just came up with the greatest idea ever. I made this fire on top of a big flat rock. And I think what I'm going to do is clean this rock off, and I'm going to sear these steaks, these filet mignon, on top of this really hot rock in the middle of the fire. Check this thing out. Look at that, everybody. Ain't that a thing of beauty? Great little sear on it, and I'm going to take them off of there, put them on my rack, and set them up above the fire to finish. Now I'm going to slow cook them, let them smoke up a little bit, and get ready to chow. Okay, steaks are done. On goes the asparagus. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to eat. Look at this thing of beauty. Let's get it inside. Beautiful steaks. Man, those turned out nicely. Let's cut one open. Oh my goodness. Look at that. So tender, so juicy, nice smoky flavor. Let's give it a try. Oh my God. It's like a piece of butter. That is phenomenal. I wish you could taste it, everybody. That is phenomenal. Let's try our asparagus. Nice little chili flake. Again, a little smoky flavor. A little bit of like a chili flake and a little bit of pepper and stuff on there. Absolutely perfect. I love the smoke flavor from the fire on that asparagus. It really sucks it up. Now the potatoes. That's so good with the bacon and the mushrooms. A little bit of rosemary flavor in the back end there. A little flake of it right there. I really don't know which one's my favorite. I think it's the steak though. The elk mignon. I think so. What a good day. Good cup of joe. Well, good morning, all my fishy friends out there. What a wonderful night it was. It's so nice. I love camping out in the Pacific Northwest. Look at how beautiful this day is this morning. Rained all night, but there's just something special about hearing that rain smack on the top of the tent, hearing the rushing of the river go by, that makes for a really good night's sleep. But today, I'm glad I'm energized because we have a big day ahead of us. Last night before dinner, I was asking you guys whether or not you wanted to see shed hunting or you wanted to see more fishing. And so today, in honor of it, we're gonna do both. I got a plan and I wanna stick to it. We gotta pack up camp, we gotta get a few things cleaned up and ready, and then we're heading for the woods. I'm gonna try to catch one again on my spey rod today. That is a huge goal of mine that I have not been able to do yet. So we're gonna try to catch one on the spey rod, and we're gonna find some shed horns today and find some treasures in the woods. So stick around, it's gonna be a fun day. And we have made it to the shed woods. Absolutely beautiful. I couldn't have picked a better day to go on a walk in the woods. So what we're looking for when we're looking for sheds mainly is wintering area for elk. And I'll take a deer shed, I'll take an elk shed, whatever it is. But what a guy usually would look for is to go to a lowland area, because these animals get pushed out of these high mountain areas and down towards these river basins and these bottoms during the wintertime, of course, because of all the piled up snow. So they come into the lowlands where there's a lot more feed, it gets a little warmer out, and they're protected from the nasty winter weather. And this is perfect. We have all this bedding area, we have a big clear cut out here behind us, some feeding area, and of course just a very protected, comfortable area for these animals to be in. So I'm gonna grab a water bottle, I'm gonna put on my Lamborghinis, and we're gonna start beating through the brush and see if we can't find any horns. I already see some elk sign and stuff right here, right before we even start. You can see this trail. It's coming right through. All kinds of signs of life. There's an elk track right there. So, with any luck, a little bit of searching, we'll find ourselves the first shed of the season. Let's go do it. Oh, big old elk tracks. Bunch of deer tracks too. Little's already smells them. So one important thing about shed hunting, and something that'll make it way easier on you, other than finding the appropriate areas where these animals are wintering, is finding an area where you can see the ground. And it's already what I'm liking a lot about this spot. You can see how far I can see. If there was an elk antler laying on the ground in any particular area, I'd be able to see it from a distance away, and Little will be able to see it, and Little will be able to smell it. He's my little shed finding dog too. He also loves finding mushrooms, so if you haven't seen some of those videos, go over to my other channel, Addicted Fishing, and check them out. There was some episodes we did this fall that this Mr. Little Man over here actually found the mushrooms for us. So this looks really, 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 really horny. Very horny in here, guys. Look at all this. These animals will be up in here bedded down, maybe eating on this clover. Hopefully we'll put on a zigzag pattern, start working our way up this ridge, maybe work our way down the hill and back down, cover as much area as we can by ourselves. Usually when you come shed hunting, I got my buddy Marlon, or I got a group of friends with me, so we can cover a lot of ground and find the horns that are there instead of running around them all day. But a lot of animal sign. Beautiful, beautiful timber in here. Little squirrel moment for you. Look at the size of these old trees. Holy smokes. These things are massive. Some of the old stumps up in here. So, seeing already how I can kind of tell that these animals would rather be over here on the sunny hillside. It's going to be more feed. It's going to be more for them to eat overall. And it's going to be more comfortable and warm on that side because the sun is shining on it. So let's cross this little creek bed here and get over to this other side. Oh, if I don't die first. Wow, this is pretty neat. This little spring right here is literally coming straight out of the ground. Let's see if we can find the source. See, there it is. Comes out of the ground. This little peak goes subterranean and literally pops right out of the ground. It's the most beautiful water you've ever seen. So crazy. Mother Nature works in mysterious ways. Pretty cool. And that all flows down, goes into the river, and allows those beautiful steelhead that we all love to catch to survive. Nice cold spring water. Look at all these elk tracks. Oh, here's something. We walked up on something here. Looks like a winter kill. We got some bones. Got a vertebrae, looks like an elk vertebrae. Oh, and there's the head. There's the head. The crime scene has been evaluated. And we got our first find out here in the woods. A winter elk kill. Looks about, I don't know, probably 3-4 years old. Looks like a cow elk. You can see how it doesn't have any knobs right here where my thumb's at, where it would have antlers sticking out. So cow, elk, something probably took it down in here. Oh, what is that, Little? You find it? He found it. Oh, he likes it. He likes it. Oh, are you taking it? No. We're gonna put it right here to scare people. There we go. Cool, first find. I'm liking it. Let's keep looking. Man, a lot of bones in here. There's another pile of them. What you got, Little? What is that? No way! Little's got one! Good boy! Oh man! What did you find? What did you find, everybody? Little found the first one. He knew exactly what he was looking for. Good job, Doodle. Oh, let me see that. Give it back. He said, no, it's mine. It's mine. I want it. Give it back. Look at it, everyone. So neat. Good job, Little. Looks pretty old. This other end looks like it broke off of a horn. Probably, it's got even moss growing on it. But it looks like it's been out here for quite a while. Maybe three or 4 years already. Something's been chewing on it. Things falling apart, but nonetheless, it's the first shed of the trip. Here you go. Good boy, Litos. Good boy. Well, that definitely didn't take long. Again, found a lot of signs, found a lot of evidence of elk being in the area, looked around really hard, and we found the half we were looking for. So, heck yeah. Let's keep walking. What a successful morning already. I see another one, everybody. And I spotted it from a long distance away. Little didn't find this one, but because I did, we're gonna do a little challenge with all you fishy friends out there and see if you can see it in the camera and comment where in the camera it is. It's hard to see, but it's definitely a horn. I can see it from here. Comment below where in the screen it's sitting. I'm gonna give you guys 20 seconds to guess here, and then I'm gonna point it out on the screen. Time's up. It's right there. See it? Right at the tip of my finger, laying there, time's up. Second horn of the day. Okay, it's like a nice little lunch spot. I'm gonna leave my gear here. I'm gonna take them on a hike upriver. That looks like a really, really nice swinging spot. We're shaded by all these trees here. Right in the middle of the afternoon, things are warming up. Let's go catch one. Nice. Treacherous. Look at it. Just look at it. So nice. Just had something grab it twice, everybody. Something grabbed it twice on that swing. You can see I got this really nice bucket. It's about thigh deep here, right where I'm standing. And it comes across and it dumps off into this big dark hole. As I was coming across the top here, I couldn't even see how deep it was. And then where Alex is standing down there, it juts out. And there's this nice bucket right here that I'm swinging across. That one got grabbed. Something hit it about 3 times. Felt really lazy, but I didn't want to yank. Big part of this kind of fly fishing is to not set the hook. Oh, bottom. Fish of some sort. I got something. Oh, it's tiny. It's little. It's very little and tiny. Count it. Count it. It's just a tiny little smolt, but I caught one. I got one. Actually, it's a little cutthroat. Just a beautiful little dude. Look at him. Just a beautiful little guy. Look at him. Actually looks like a little steelhead smolt. Just a beautiful little guy. Thank you, man. Thanks for getting my heart rate up. Well, I figured out what was biting me at least. Okay, let's do it. Okay, so here it is, everybody. This is the menu for this afternoon. My famous cup of noodle. The fish is in the truck. I'll be right back. What I'm gonna add to it today, I got some green onions, I got a shallot, I got a fresh farm-raised egg, and I got a shiitake mushroom. Oh, it's gonna be delicious. But one extra ingredient, the canned steelhead. And this is one that I did in a recent Addicted episode. I went out and caught a bunch of steelhead and we canned it up. So if you want to see that video, go check it out. But that's what I'm putting in there today. And I actually put moi poi sauce in here, which is a chili sauce. So it's gonna go really well with my soup today. I'm gonna get my ingredients cut up. I'm gonna boil my water really hot because I want it to cook my veggies. And I'm gonna make this bad boy. I'm gonna add just a tiny bit of the seasoning, mainly just for the broth flavor, but I'm not gonna add much because I'm gonna add quite a bit of my own. I'm gonna add some hoisin sauce. This is a very sweet, kind of tangy sauce. It's gonna go very well with this flavor. Nice little dab of that. I'm gonna go a little bit of my garlic seasoning on top of that. And then of course, last but not least, my chili sauce, my Ghost Scream Red Hot. Boop, there it is. That's about plenty for this recipe. I'm gonna take my egg, crack it over. I want this to cook the fastest. Oh my gosh, look at that. And I'm gonna add some of my veggies. Just gonna sprinkle that right on top there, just like so. And in goes my rolling boil water. There we go. I'm gonna cover that up right away. One thing I'm probably gonna do too is add just a little more seasoning for those veggies and then cover that bad boy up. Okay, next what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna add my soup back to the main pot and let it simmer on itself for a little while. Make sure that egg gets cooked nicely. But that thing is coming along well. Jordan's forgotten item of the day, silverware again. So let's make some chopsticks.
How'd it work?
Voila, utensils. Well, there you have it, everybody. A lovely river ramen. What a great lunch. That is gonna feed the soul right there. Look at how wonderful that turned out. The egg broke apart nicely. Got these beautiful little mushrooms. Such a great flavor. It even looks like it's straight out of a faux kitchen. My buddy Taku would be proud. If you're watching this, Taku, you've inspired me. Delicious. Oh my goodness, I almost forgot. The canned fish. Just that one little chunk ought to do it. Perfect. Chop that stuff up, let it get nice and warm in there. Oh, I can already smell the flavor that fish just brought to it. Now it's a real soup. Come on, baby. You know, I always say, everybody, life's too short to fish water. And we are making the best of that kind of saying right now. This is some of the prettiest water I've fished on this trip in general. Some of the highlights so far for me: one, running the Big Rapid. I always love running some white water. Two, the kind of holes that we fished and just how beautiful the entire setting of this whole trip has been. It felt like a dream the entire time. The weather's been beautiful. The river is in perfect conditions. Doesn't always mean you have to catch fish to have fun. I think that's the biggest thing, especially when it comes to fly fishing. That's why a lot of people appreciate it so much, is you don't always catch fish, but you still love it and you still enjoy every single moment that you're out there. So I got about 100 more yards of moment to enjoy. Cross your fingers with me, people. Well, you win some and you lose some. But a good camping trip isn't always just about catching fish. This has been so much fun, and I'm so glad that you all joined us here today. That's a wrap for this week's Stay Fishy adventure. Thank you all so much for being here. Until next time, you stay fishy, and we'll see you out there.
Oh man, what you got?